Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of our coupling organization to योग वाशिष्ठ इवनिंग सेशंस। नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ। रोज की तरह हम लोग आज के सत्र की भी शुरुआत 3 बार ओमकार का उच्चारण करेंगे। उसके बाद में हम लोग गुरु पूजा करके आज के सत्र को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। लेट अस ऑल क्लोज अवर आईज, अपनी आंखें बंद कर लें। सिट कंफर्टेबली, अपनी रीढ़ की हड्डी को सीधा कर ले, स्पाइन इरेक्ट, शोल्डर्स रिलैक्स्ड, गर्दन सीधी, चेहरे पे एक हल्की सी मुस्कान और अपना पूरा ध्यान अपने सांस के ऊपर ले आए। Bring your attention to your breath. Observe the flow of the breath. Take a deep breath in and let go. Relax totally. Gurudev says it's worth dropping your past. Let's breathe in. And as you breathe out, drop all your past and come back to the present moment. This present moment is new. Let us welcome this moment by chanting Om 3 times. Take a deep breath in. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले। आवाहनम 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 पुनः पुनः Let us express our gratitude towards the master. गुरु वंदना कर ले। गुरुर् ब्रह्मा गुरुर् विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर् साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us pray to the divinity master. Whatever the words that we speak or comes out of our mouth, whatever the thoughts that arise in our mind, whatever the actions that we do, the power of discrimination arises in our intellect. The impression that might be getting created in our memory, and that feeling of I, me. Let thy be and all this be inspired by the Master alone. We, the people walking on the path of liberation, mukti, moksha, with the blessings of the Master, we attained it right now, this moment. Let the remaining life and so what if we have to come here again to spread the knowledge, to spread the love? Let thy be and this be inspired by the Master alone. Pray like this. Feeling the presence of the Master within and outside. Slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes. Jai Gurudev. So all our Zoom participants, all our YouTube viewers and all our Facebook viewers, आप सभी का भी इस सत्र में स्वागत है. Welcome everyone. So today's session we will begin by singing the glory of the Master, expressing our gratitude towards the Master. Yesterday we have been blessed with such a nice session with Gurudev. So we can express that gratitude towards the Master today. So let's begin. Our Guru Puja Pandit Sangeeta ji have already joined with us. Sangeeta ji, over to you. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Someshwar ji. And Jai Gurudev to all of you. Warm welcome to this session. We will start our Guru Puja by starting doing the alternate nostril breathing. That is Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. So let us all sit straight with the back erect, shoulders relaxed. Left hand in the chin mudra on your lap. Eyes closed with the two fingers in between your eyebrows. We will start doing alternate nostril breathing. That is Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. And whenever you complete this round, you may relax, keeping both your hands on your knees, palms facing the sky, eyes closed. Sadashiva Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmat Shri Guru Parikanta Vande Guru Parampara. Apavitra Pavitro Vast गतो विराट् यस्मरे पुण्डलीकाक्षं सभासा काक्ष वाहनं नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं सत्यं सतत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं सुगं गौरपदं महान्तम् गोविन्द योगीन्द्रमठासशिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमठास्य पद्मपालन् हसामरकण्ठशिष्यम् तन्त्रोटकं वादिककारमन्यान् अस्मात् गुरुं सन्ततमानतोऽसि श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादनायनं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः यद्वारे निखिलानिलिम्बपरिषत् सिद्धिं विवस्ते निशम् श्रीमच्छ्रीलसितं जगद्गुरुपदं नत्वात्मदीप्तिं तका लोकाज्ञानपयोधपाठनटुरं श्रीशङ्करं शर्मणं ब्रह्मानन्दसरस्वतीं गुरुवरम् नयामि ज्योतिर्मयम् आवाहनं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः आसनं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः स्नानं समर्पयामि श्री
हार गया बहुत रे हार गया बहुत रे
वस्त्रं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः चन्दनं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः अक्षरतां समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः पुष्पं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः धूपं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः दीपं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः आचमनीयं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः श्रीफलं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः आराधिक्यं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। मायातीतं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमले काचमण्डिलं समर्पयामि श्री गुरुचरणकमले नमः। पुष्पाञ्जलिं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्त्वं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं विश्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणसहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। पुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि श्री श्री गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। Slowly and gradually, whenever you feel complete, you may open your eyes. Jai Gurudev. Over to you, Someshwar.
Jai Gurudev Sangeeta ji, that was really a very blissful Guru Puja. आंखें खोलने का मन ही नहीं कर रहा था. Such a nice. Thank you so much. Jai Gurudev. Let's continue with our today's Yog Vaashishtha session. Today we'll be starting with chapter number 5 on dissolution. उपशम. उपशम means शांत करना. शांत करने की प्रक्रिया अपना उपशम कहलाता है. किस चीज को शांत करना है, क्या करना है, क्या डिसॉल्व करना है, डिसोल्यूशन किस चीज का होना है, ये सारी चीजें स्लोली एंड स्लोली स्टेप बाय स्टेप वशिष्ठ मुनि प्रभु रामचंद्र जी को बताते हैं और हम लोग भी इसे स्टेप बाय स्टेप इसको इसके ऊपर we'll go through this. So we have already seen that in the last 4 chapters how Vasishtha Muni and in the chapter number 1 Prabhu Ramchandra ji explains his vairagya, the dispassion, once he comes back from the tourism and he experienced that there is I'm not enjoying this joy, I do not find that joy in this world. No, it doesn't seem to be very permanent in nature. It seems to be very temporary in nature. And how come people, he wonders, how come people are running after all these things? That is what he thinks, and he gets into that vairagya sthiti, dispassion sthiti. Here he feels that, oh, there is no rust, there is no juice in these things what people appears to be doing. So because of that, he just stopped doing a certain thing, because he's not yet got the knowledge. So he just dropped everything, sits at one place and doesn't eat properly, doesn't sleep properly. And looking at that condition, the Dasharatha gets worried. There, at the same time, Vishwamitra comes and wanted to take him to perform his yajna. All these things comes in the chapter number 1. That is where the Vasishtha Muni interacts with Rama. Rama actually interacts with Vasishtha Muni and explains his vairagya in front of everybody. Then when the Vasishtha Muni starts speaking, even the Vishwamitra also tells him the story of how the Vyasa has gone through all these things, and how that has happened, that his son also gets into the similar kind of state of mind which you are in, Rama. And then Vasishtha, he hands over to Vasishtha Muni that you are the Brahmagani, you are the Atmagani. Now kindly explain him, Rama, that what real is and what unreal is, and why he is getting stuck into all these things. Please, so that he can come out of this sthiti, this state of mind in which Rama currently is. That is where Vasishtha Muni starts explaining Rama. He gives them the tools, multiple tools, and we see here that one has to do their Purushartha. We cannot drop their Purushartha. Gurudev explains Purushartha as Dharma, Artha, Kam and Moksha. So Dharma, Artha, Kam and Moksha. Dharma is your routine duties, what you are supposed to do, you should do that. Artha is means to do your duty, you should earn that. Dharma, Artha, Kam, whatever the small little goals you have in this life, that I want to become an IAS officer, IITN, businessman, job, whatever those small little kamna, icha, that also let be inspired by the master, so that it becomes also for the divine cause. It also becomes from the bigger cause, not to earn name, fame, and all these things, small thing, little bit things, which our mind also goes towards it. Dropping all that, going into the bigger goal, having that kind of kamana. And then the ultimate, the supreme goal of your life is to attain the moksha, is to become free, to get a liberation. How do we do that? Here Vasishtha Muni gives us the 4 tools. So the Shama, Vichara, Santosha, and Sadhu Sangati. So Shama means the peace of mind. This chapter, Upshama means establishing yourself into peace of mind, removing all these other garbage. So that prakriya, that process is called as dissolution of all the other things, so that you can establish yourself within. So that is that process, and then we'll have to use multiple tools to attain this Shama. So we have to establish something called as Dhamma. So Dhamma, Shama, Dhamma, always it goes together hand in hand. So Dhamma means the self-control, having and say over your control, not getting driven by your control. Usually that is the case in most of the cases. Where the senses drive us, now we need to practice reverse that mechanism, that we have and say over the control toward the senses. How do we do that? That is what Vasishtha Muni step by step walks Rama through and explains how one can achieve it, what are all the tools that is to be done. So Shama. Then the next thing is a Vichara, the self-inquiry. Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? Is this small little thing that I am here for? I have been doing this from many lifetimes. All such inquiries. When the seeker has arisen, the journey begins. The journey has then begun walking on the path of mokshatva. So that vichara, that contemplation, that comprehension, that self-inquiry has to arise in once. The second gatekeeper, the mokshaka, second dwarpan. The third one is the santosha. Usually what we have, we want more, and what we do not have, we crave for that. And in certain cases, we have an aversion towards certain things. So all these things, dropping all these things, whatever you have, having a feeling of contentment, trupti towards it, santosha, happiness, mudita, santosha, trupti, all these divine qualities, Shatra Sampatti, it is there. Few it's there in that. No? So Yama, Niyama, and Shatra Sampatti, if you go, this is explained in detail. No? Santosh, having that peace of mind. No? Even in Art of Living course, we entire course itself is happiness program. No? So having that happiness, having that santosha, having that contentment, having that truth is very, very important. Being grateful to what you have is santosha. No? Thanking divinity, doing the puja, what we do, we offer whatever that this nature has given us, we just offer it back, a little bit of that in the form of an expression and gratitude. Having that santosha for whatever we have been given. No? Santosha. And the last is the sadhu sangati, being in the company of the master, being in the company of the people who are also walking on this path, who also get across the obstacle that we are going through. No? So how they have overcome them, what is it that they have done, what is the right path, when Shastra says this and that, what is it that I should do? Gurudev explained in AGA that whenever such conflict arise, come back to the master. It is the master who will guide you. Sadhu sangati. Which is the master when you have something and when you have done good things or bad things or whatever has happened, offering that, surrendering that in the feet of the master, lotus feet of the master, makes you free from that. No? So that ahankara doesn't dawn and that guilty consciousness doesn't dawn. No? Whatever is being done, we have someone to offer to. So that divinity, so that self, so the guru. No? Three are not different. They are the same. They're just offering that to the master. That's the reason it's very important to say that when you're walking on this path, it's a good idea to have master in your path. We also seen that in the Yoga Vaashishtha, we also seen that there are Atma Jnana, with the help of the self inquiry itself, because that knowledge is there within, that can arise. No? So that is also one of the possibility, but it's always good to have the master. And when we have been so fortunate in our life that Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar is my master, is master to many. He is there in our life. Triguna Sait, he is there in this physical embodied body. Then why to look here and there? Just walk on the path shown by the master. Walk on the principles taught by the master. Remember the vachanas, those teachings that master has taught us. Walk on that. So these are the Momoksha Vivakakan is what we have seen. Then Vaashishtha Muni continues with the third chapter, that is the Utpatti Prakaran. He explains how this world has arisen. When you want to be free, you need to really understood how you came here first, no? How this has happened. That is very explained that this entire world, everywhere, there is nothing else than the Brahman, the Shiva, the Chaitanya, consciousness, awareness, whatever the name we call it with, and rest of the things, it appears to be projected by that chitta, mind, but in reality, just like a dream that one see in a mind, and then as soon as you just become Jagrut, you woke up to the reality, you say, oh my God, this is all dream. Why so? Why this concept has been introduced? It is said that if you consider something as real and put an effort to destroy it, then you get into trouble. So instead of that approach, okay, this is there and I have to get rid of it, I am something else and I have to realize what Atma is. No, the simplest path is, okay, this is not real. Leave this. So the moment you say this is not real, then automatically there is no need to destroy to it. Anyway, it's real. It's unreal. It's just like a dream. As soon as you wake up, the dream anyway disappears. We don't bother about it. Whatever the things happens in a dream, do we bother much about it? We just let go. Similar to that, this world is just a Maya. The world is just an illusion. You drop it. With this practice, the moment you are able to feel that you are separate from this body, the moment you are able to feel that this mind is the root cause behind all these things, and once you learn how to drop this mind, automatically this world which is formed by the mind, projected by mind, itself will drop. That is what we saw in the chapter number 3. Then Vaashishtha Muni continues in the chapter number 4. That is the Sthiti Prakan. You have seen how this world has been created. Now you are living in this present moment. You have to deal, you have to perform your daily routine. In this world itself, you have to do your vyavahara. How do we do that? How one does it? How the enlightened person does it? No, that is all been explained in the Sthiti Prakan. So that on existence. And in the 5th chapter now, we have reached to the 5th chapter called Dissolution and Upasham. Now, dissolution of what? Dissolution of again this mind. Dissolving this mind. Now dropping this five senses and its associated outward going tendencies. No? So all these things will come. But let's begin with that aspect now. So here almost it is 10 days finished and they are entering into the 11th day now. No? So everybody's when the 10th day is finished, everybody goes to their own rooms and they sleeps. Everybody else sleep. The three brothers of Rama sleep, but Rama is just lying on the bed and he's contemplating that manana, that chintana. So that is continuously happening, and then he remain in that state itself. He continuously think, what is it that Vaashishtha Muni told him? The next morning, everybody then again come back to the court. That's the 11th day, where Vaashishtha Muni arrives. He sits at his place. Rama and all his three brothers, they sit at place. Dasharatha takes his place. All the other people, they all come, Ashtapradhana and all the people, even the Yaksha, Gandharvas, the Rishi Munis, the Devs, goddess, and all these, they do come from the Antariksh, from the space. They keep happening over there and they take their place. Now everybody is waiting. What is Vaashishtha Muni going to tell? So this is where the Rama begins. That he expresses, that Dasharatha also expresses gratitude that, hey Vaashishtha Muni, the words that we have heard from your mouth has literally transformed. That's like a nectar that is coming out of your mouth, and we are so fortunate that we could hear this. Kindly continue to walk us through this knowledge. That is how the Dasharatha expresses gratitude, and then Rama also expresses that there have been so many incidences where so many concepts, then misunderstanding, that doubts are cleared with the help of the knowledge that you have been given us. So hey Vaashishtha Muni, we again pray to you, kindly continue to do this. Is pavitra, this pure guidance, with a very beautiful voice modulation, Madhuravani, and this through this manana and this nididhyasa, using these tools of shama, damadi, sukha, sampatya, all these things which increases this and attain or take one to the moksha. So that is the sarva shreshta, means the highest fruit of any karma. That phala prapti, it ensures that one will get this. That is how the Rama expresses gratitude. He says that this, whosoever is Shravana, whosoever is listening to this, there all the papa punya, means all the good deeds and the bad deeds and the fruits of their karma, that fruit of their karma that happens to dissolve these vachanas, with this knowledge that what they are getting to hear from you. So this Nitya means the daily practice of this. This is what is there. Let that be completely be in our antakarma. Let that be established completely fully within us. Like this, we pray to you. Prarthana purva means we pray to you, bow down to you. Like that, he expressed his gratitude and then request Vaashishtha Muni to continue. Here Vaashishtha Muni says that, Rama, in the last chapter, Sthiti Prakaran, I have already told you how this Jagat, this Sthiti is in this Vartaman, in the present state, appears in the form of things, object, people, etc., situation, etc. All these things is mithya, means it's not real, it's just an illusion. And in behind that, there is only one, that Brahman, only that Shiva consciousness, only that Chaitanya, Atma, whatever you call, Paramatma, whatever the name you refer to is, it is that exists. Then I also told you about various aspects, various opinions from the other masters also. We have seen what is the Upanishads are saying about it, what is the other scriptures are saying about it. And now I want to tell you something related to Upsham Prakaram, means this Jagat, means this Jagat, this visible universe, this visible world, how do you get into the upasham of that? Means how do you dissolve that? How you achieve the state of peace of mind? What that is something that upashama sthiti is something that is which is will move you towards the nirvana. Nirvana rupi fal means it will give you the fruit of nirvana, that liberation one can attain. That is what I will tell you now. That is where now Vaishnava starts giving knowledge now. But he says that Rama, just like if there is this mandapa, if there is a hall, no, always it stands on some pillars. So this entire world, which is full of this Maya, which is full of this sansara, which is full of this avidya, it is based on the people, the people who are everywhere, and this Vistirna Sansar Maya, it is based on the people who are Rajasic and Tamasic in nature, and all those Jiva, they are the one who are supporting to sustain this, because they are the one who continuously get entangled into all these things, and they are the one who have become this. Then he explains that the people with having an inertia, Jada Buddhi, the inertia, and the one who are entangled into this kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsara, these 6 distortions of love, raga, dveshadi. All these different feelings, they are completely entangled with this. Now the people like this, these blind people are there. They are the way like they are like they are just grass. No, it's like grass, one grass. They are just going here and there. How that leaf or that grass particle, how it flows in the air, just go like that. They are going here and there, not knowing what they are doing. And because of all these things, this world is the Adhar Stambha. There is a pillar. Because of that only this world exists. Otherwise, for Paramatma, there is nothing. Right? It doesn't matter to it. And there are only few people like you when he's addressing to Rama. No, there are only few people, handful, couple of people like you, or like the people you are here. No, they are the only one who are walking on this path. The one who are sattvic, having that the sattvic thing of that Maya, no? Dropping the illusion behind, no, and attain that qualities, like no, that Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Trupti, all these qualities they have imbibed them in them, and by adopting the various practices such as yoga, pranayama, yoga abhyas, vairagya, satsangati, upasana, ityadi, etc., etc. They adopting all these things in their life, they have cleaned, they have made their intellect very pure. You know, that buddhi is become the viveka that will show us the right path. No? Like this, they have attained these capabilities in them, and so that they can become free from the Maya, free from the Pash. Means Maya Pash means that thing which is created by the Maya, the thing which is created by the avidya, one can become free from that. No? So that is what he explains there. No? So when he addresses, by addressing this to Rama, he also addresses that he Sabhajan, means he, all the people, all the audience, no, knowing this self, knowing about this self itself is the one, no, that is very important in life. So you drop this, no, that drop this concept of that I am this body, I am this, and this is like this like that, leaving behind all these things. What are the things that you feel very near and dear and associated with your body and your mind? It is worth dropping by going through, understanding through the knowledge of the Panchakoshas, no? The Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and the Anandamaya Kosha. So dropping behind all the different koshas, taking a knowledge about it, go and establish yourself into that Paramananda, that Chidananda, that Anandamaya Kosha is what Vashishtha Muni tells to the entire audience also. So this, then Vashishtha Muni continues that to do this, what one need to do. So he says that you contemplate on the mind. Manachi chikitsa means you contemplate on your mind. You go deeper into what this. So you understand that this deha, this atma is different than this deha. And to understand it is not very difficult. The one who does the Art of Happiness program and they go through this immortality process, one can easily say that, oh, everything has been changing, his body has been changing, but there was something that did not change. There was something that was observing that this change is happening. What is that? That is what you are. So that we can call it with different names. That is what the experience that one get. So here Vaashishtha said that to experience that you are not just this body is not very difficult, because just like the gold, if the gold goes into and if you throw the gold into the mud, does that matter to the gold? Will that mud will have an impact on the gold? No, it is just that you take the gold out, just wash it with the water and you are done with it. Gold will remain gold. Likewise, it's very easy that Atma, that self, that even though it is there in this world everywhere, still just like that pure gold remains pure gold, the Atman, that Brahman, that Chaitanya Atma, it doesn't get affected by even after having an omnipresent, omnipotent everywhere. So that that Atman, that doesn't have anything to do with this body as such. No? It's not nowhere related. There is no sambandh, there is no relation between these two. That is what has been said. So once this attraction towards that I am this body drops, then automatically the Jivatma, that Jiva automatically experience the Shiva, that Atma experience the Paramatma. So that is very beautifully Vaashishtha Muni tells how that he explains that have you seen the lotus flower? Have you seen the leaves of that, and have you seen the drops of water on it? Yeah. So even though the drop of water appears on the leaf of the lotus flower, does that drop is different than the lake where the flower is there? No. So that drop of water, just because it is there on the leaf, is it really different than the water which is there? No, obviously no, right? It's the same water that has just taken and it has been put as a dove. It is there as a dove. But it is exactly like the same thing. It is like the drop of ocean. Till you identify yourself as a drop of ocean, something different. No, you are Jiva. And the moment you understand that this drop of ocean is nothing but the same ocean. No, Gurudev, if you listen to Gurudev was talking in advanced class also. He was talking about the moment you realize this, the moment you realize that this particular atom, if you go deeper into it, it is all space, and one atom contains exactly like these universe, the between the two nakshatras, whatever the distance is there. If you go into one atom particle, those proton and neutron and that electron, you will find that same amount of distance relatively. Relatively, but if you consider the size of that particle, it will be relatively same. That distance will be there. So there is a Brahman, there is an entire universe in the atom itself. So likewise, there are so many universes here. So in each and every cell of your body, there is another. This body itself have its own universe. No, so everywhere is full of such a miracle. So Gurudev said that science is discovering this. Slowly and gradually, science is discovering. It's good to discover these things. So that is where Vaashishtha Muni explained that once this small little realization that comes, that water particle and the lake water is not different, it's the same. The moment it knows that it's same, it's submerged into it. Automatically you experience the divinity. Automatically you experience the Atma. So this is that Upadhi, that Abhimana. How does that really comes into picture? Why does that Atma which is there, and once you start associating with this body, comes into picture? From where that Ahankara, that Abhimana, that I am, this individual conscious comes into picture. Here Vaashishtha Muni says the reason behind that also is your mind only. It is the mind that keeps doing that. Okay, I am the doer, I am the doer. I am the one who is suffering. Look at me, how miserable I am. All such expressions, or I am the doer. Look at me, what great job I did. All such feelings are there arise from the mind itself. So if you really want to do something, go ahead and do work on your mind. Chikitsa means do this, do the surgery of this mind. Then you will get to know the reality. That is what Vashishtha Muni tells here. Then he says that I hear Vashishtha Muni also guides all the people that I have been doing this. No, I have been telling this from now so many days, almost 10 days to you, and what this is and all these things. Here now Vashishtha Muni is really becoming emotional, and then he raises his both the hands to the people of this world. No, and he said, all these people, Rama, I have been telling this principle, that this thing, that this Jada means this completely, this Jad inertia, this body is there, this all the different indriyas, all these five senses are there, and all the outward journey of that is taking you out away from your nature. No, I am explaining this, no, all these things, Siddhanta, from so many days. Can't you see that effort that I am putting to do this? Can't you see that effort that goes into saying all these things? Can't you see that I am again and again telling same thing to you, that the one who actually gets entangled into all these things, the one who gets entangled into all the five senses, no, all they ultimately get stuck into this. The people who continue to be in the vasanas, no, in the attractions, cravings, and get entangled into this chitta and its cravings and its outward going nature, till that point of time, they will be stuck into this cycle of birth and death. Can't you see that I'm telling this again and again? But in the same mind, when it's become mature, when the same mind, when it's prabuddha, no, from the perspective of the spiritual angle, it becomes aware. Automatically this mithya word, automatically this world automatically drops, and one can experience the shanti, experience the peace. No, one can experience that they are the Brahman, they are the Shiva. That ananda, that satchidananda, that blissful state, one can experience it. So he says that if one does not do this contemplation, that this is how it is, if one does not work on this principle that I am sharing with you, let even there be 12 suns that come at a time, and even their sunlight will not be able to remove the ignorance of the people, which is created by this Maya, by this avidya that is all over pervading. It is seen everywhere. No, the only thing is that if the moment this knowledge, that self-inquiry, that self-knowledge, Atma Jnana, that you are the one, that Advaita principle dawns within, that is the only way one can get rid of all these things. So this is what he tells, and he prays to the entire Sabha. He is addressing the entire world, that look at me, I am doing this. I'm putting all these efforts so that you all can understand. So very beautifully he does this addressing to Sambodhan. He addressed to the everybody, including Rama. So he says that this is that anubhav, that I am somebody different. No, I am like this, I am like this, I am this, I am that. This is my brother, this is my sister, this is how I'm happy, this is how I'm unhappy. No, all these thoughts and all these vicharas, no, you just considering them as illusion, bhranti, just as hallucination. You just get rid of this, leave it behind. It is just like if someone says that there is a water here, and I divide that water into different things, go and into the ocean. Okay, this water is different, that water is different. That is it all possible? No, it's the same water. It's hopeless to divide that water of the ocean here and there. It is the same water. No, knowing this, it is near that it's the same Atman. It's the same self that is omnipresent, it is omnipresent. It is foolish to think that it is different here and it is different there. It is there everywhere. No? It's there in the Asalakal, beyond time. It's present. No? It's present in all the vastus and the things also. The matter also, it is present. No, it is possible that the matra, the percentage of that is very feeble. It's like it is there, it is there, but it is probably a little bit more obvious in the dogs and other animals. It is very obvious in humans, no, that living Chaitanya is there. But you know all these things, and this that it is different everywhere. This duality, you drop all this duality and get Atma Jnana. That's the thing. And then once that the one who attained this knowledge, the one who really reach there, they are the really Bhagyavan. They are the one who are very fortunate in their life. And if it is this they attain the state of something called as Pachaya. Pachaya is this is the last birth. This is their life, last birth. They will get liberated automatically in this life itself. And took a pause, and then he tells him to explain this better. He tells him the story of Janaka. So that story is something which we'll see tomorrow. So I'll take a pause here. I'd like to hand over this session to all of you. Let us you are welcome to ask the questions. And if you would like to express your learning, your takeaways from today's session, you can do that also. And if you just like to sharing an experience, what is happening, we almost finish all this. Today we are on day 59th day pe hum log hai. So all these things, if you like to express otherwise, you are welcome to do that also. Handing over the session to you. Jai Gurudev. Option to unmute is made available to all of you. You can unmute yourself and speak. Jai
Gurudev, yes. Jai Gurudev to all of you. Welcome. And with a beautiful session of Someshwar ji explaining us, making it so simple and yet illuminating us with that knowledge which is so important in our life, right? And so here we are, on the chapter 5. He took us to the summary, of course, of all the chapters. That was very nice. Just a revision from the very beginning that we have heard. And now connecting ourselves on the part 5, that is on Dissolution. That is beautiful. So here we are, Vaashishtha Muni in the court, he is giving his words of illuminating everybody, all the gods, sages, everyone, King Dasharatha also, all are listening to his words of wisdom. As the day goes on, in the night, again Rama is contemplating on all that what he has heard from Vaashishtha Muni. So here it comes, he's reflecting of everything that he has heard. What is that? That everything changes, but that what doesn't changes is you are that. So thou art that. That is what Vaashishtha Muni is telling him again and again. So it is like we are also having that every day, that lesson ki you are not this body, but you are that. So every time we also need to contemplate on that and come up. Just like he said, Someshwar ji gave an example of the gold which is thrown into the mud. Very beautiful example. Even it is there for some years also. But then what happens when you just off the mud? Gold is always gold, right? So the value of that will never go down, even if it is in the mud. So the same way, even if our mind is Gone into the mud means those pleasures and those senses and running after the world and everything. But then what happens once you dust off all that? That mind itself, it's a cold, and it is one with that Brahman, which is always all-pervading, self-humiliating, and giving you that peace of mind which we are looking out for. Right? Just another example which Gurudev gave in the morning that was beautiful is the drop of that ocean. One drop always thinks, I am separate from that ocean. That notion itself of that separation gives him all the dukkha in the samsara, isn't it? So, but what happens? It forgets that I am of the same quality of that ocean, that Brahman, that all self-humiliating, that all consciousness which is there, that infinite consciousness. I am a part of that. When it realizes the qualities, so I am pure, I'm joyful, I'm blissful. All that is there in that infinite consciousness. So that when it comes to that knowledge, that is the self-knowledge, self-illuminating knowledge, then what happens? It merges back into that. And that separateness which is there from that individual consciousness and the infinite consciousness, that separation leads to all the trouble. And attaching yourself again, this small individualized consciousness attaches to this body and thinks I am this body. And then everything goes with that. So it runs outward. Everything will happen that way. But it forgets I am the infinite consciousness. That drop, when merges into the ocean, it becomes one with the ocean. Then nobody can separate it. So all the journey, we are one already. No doubt about it. But still, to go and merge into that, living all these notions, everything. And then as we saw yesterday also, all the intentions, everything, just leave it. Just let go. Then what remains? That veil which is there in front of us also keeps on dissolving. And what rises is your pure form. So let us all be in that, contemplating, keeping thinking about it. And of course, with that note, I am that Brahman, we go ahead. So thank you, Someshwar ji. Wonderful, lovely session today. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to be here and express myself. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev Sangeeta ji. That was really a quick summary, beautiful summary. किसी को अपने आप को व्यक्त होना है, anybody would like to share something, you are welcome to do that. If not, then we will pause here. आज के इस सत्र को हम लोग यहीं पे समापन करते हैं. पुनः एक बार कल मिलने के लिए. Let's meet tomorrow, same time. जय गुरुदेव.